Good morning. How are you?
Oh my God.
You're sitting in the chair.
I'm sitting in the chair.
How do you feel?
Amazing. I mean, oh God. Well, so I just spent all day yesterday with my head on a cloud, floating around town, just kind of in a daze. It really hasn't hit me in my core yet. It's still taking its time to sink down. But I feel unbelievably like lucky, blessed and grateful that they chose me for this part, and that they allowed me to like play so much with it and make it my own, and just what is going on now, you know. So I'm so grateful for this. I had no idea this was I wasn't even something that was kind of in the forefront of my mind. I had just people kind of talking about it, and I was like, I don't know. Like I didn't watch the announcement because I just couldn't bear to put myself through waiting the whole time because it wasn't announced till the end. So I went to sleep, and I slept.
You could actually sleep?
I slept through it. I was so exhausted too, just from the week we had. Opening night week. We opened on a Tuesday, but we still had a full week of shows, and then on that Sunday night, I had a show with my band, which was great timing. And so on Monday, I was just exhausted. I was like just a barrel of exhaust, so I was able to sleep through it.
Well, you look sensational today.
Thank you.
Tell me what it's like. I spoke to John Cameron and Steven. They talked about your audition, which is like classic. You had the best time auditioning for the show, didn't you?
I did, yeah, I did. I understood the character, and I knew that when I went in just for my initial audition, I had to come in as a man. I mean, it's a man, so you come dressed as a man. And so I came in full drag, and I brought a guitarist, an electric guitarist with an electric guitar, and I brought a Marshall amp. And I knew that he was a roadie, my character, so I allowed, when they called my name, I allowed my guitarist to walk in first, looking all cool, and then I was like, I was holding all of the props and everything that I had to bring, and all the chords and everything. I set it all up for him, and then I went and I did my audition, and so for my final audition, they asked me to come back and never break character because I would talk as me, you know, in the other auditions. So I came back and they wanted me to tell a monologue or tell a story in character, and I just had like a stroke of creativity where I was like, I want to write my backstory, and I'm going to do a monologue that's in the style of Hedwig. And then while I was writing that monologue, I was like, I'm going to do a Kickstarter campaign and video, and I want to put it up for real, and I want to bring Rent back to Broadway for $10,000, and I want to star as Angel in Rent. You know, that was it. And I was like, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do this. And we did it, and the monologue was great. It talked about how I grew up in a small Croatian village that farmed yak hair, and it became a boom town when Cats came to Broadway because it was the sole provider of all the yak hair for the Cats wigs, and then that's how I found out about musical theater, was through that. Like my village put on a government-funded production of Vladimir Lenin's Cats, and you know,
that
in the
is
end,
crazy fun.
in the end, instead of one cat going up to the Heaviside lair, the entire litter. They shed all their belongings and they ascended together for the good of the litter. And
you have to do that for like a Broadway Chaos or for a benefit or in your concert. Just do it like 54 Below or just on your act or something.
Yeah.
Tell me about working with Neil Patrick Harris.
He's amazing and so fun and sweet, and he's and we've been getting really comfortable on stage together, and we have great chemistry. He's super mellow and easy to work with because he's a consummate professional, but lately on stage he's been out for blood for me because I've been very stoic, and I've never broken as in I've never laughed at his things, but he's out for blood. He's trying to get me to break, and it's really hard because Neil Patrick Harris is hilarious, and he's got amazing comedic timing. And when I hear the audience starting to laugh, it's so difficult. But I love him.